Probably for me it was the first time that I left Europe or North America. So I flew to India, landed in Mumbai and was absolutely terrified. I had no idea. I'd never been out of a developed country. And so I went and found my way to Victoria Station Terminus, bought a ticket. It took me about 3 hours to actually find a place to buy a ticket and get the ticket. And then we eventually got on the evening train. And we were getting the evening train from Mumbai down to Kochi. 17-hour journey down the newly formed Congo Railway, so it sounded great. And of course, being first-time travellers, we were attached to our Lonely Planet. And we'd been on the train for about 3 or 4 hours, and we were looking at the Lonely Planet and working out where we were going, and suddenly we realised that actually we weren't going along the set of stations we thought we'd be going. First stop was Pune. And so when we asked the guard and said, are we on the train to Kochi? He said, yeah, absolutely, you're on the train to Kochi. But it's the 42-hour train to Kochi as opposed to the 17-hour train to Kochi. And so we proceeded to spend the next day and a half on a train travelling through the Western Ghats right down to Kochi. And it was probably one of the most alarming but also best experiences of my life, because we're sat on a train and hanging out with local people and getting to talk to them and meet them and learn about their stories. And so I reckon I grew up enormously from a travel perspective over that 42 hours. So from Rwanda for 2 reasons. One, for the absolute majesty and beauty of going up and seeing the gorillas in the Volcanoes National Park. To see the way in which this beautiful creature has been treated and is so endangered is really alarming and so sad to see. But to see the work that's going on to protect them is also really enlightening. But I think the other thing for me is going to Kigali and visiting the Genocide Museum and having a drink at the bar at Hotel Rwanda and knowing that less than 20 years previously the atrocities that went on, but the way in which now the country is slowly reforming and almost having a fresh start was pretty humbling.
Travel has changed me by learning the ability to appreciate different cultures, and to me that's an important part of meeting people when you do go travelling, so you can learn about their culture. And I think the world would be a much better place if more people went travelling and experienced other cultures, so that they were less fearful of other cultures and other religions. One would be Nepal, because in Nepal, when you go out walking, trekking, you get into very remote areas, people very poor, very basic existence, but they're always happy. And I think that's very humbling for us from very wealthy countries to see that people can be really happy when they don't have very much. And the other one was many, many years ago in Zaire, which is now the Congo, to go and spend a bit of time with the mountain gorillas and just be around them and experience their power and the way they live in families, and that's a much more physically humbling experience, but one that I've always treasured.